you gonna cry?
Oh, yeah. No, he needs one. So my favorite father, he's always called me his favorite daughter. I don't understand because I've always been a pain in his ass.
I'll attest to that.
Yeah, so we already talked about the store, right? I didn't write anything down. I thought I'd do a poem. I thought I'd just... Anything I say, I'm going to cry, so... let's go from youngest to, I don't want to say oldest, but, 50's around the corner. So, let's see. Youngest memory. I had it on that way over here, that short walk over. But see, going to be how old next week?
49.
Yeah, okay. So he keeps rubbing it in, that's one. So I can tell you all the things that he did not do for me. Being the fourth child,
Yes.
he swears he taught me how to tell time. But I remember being 7 or 8 and still not knowing what a clock was because we only had digital ones.
We had a crazy clock.
He swears he taught me math, but I really stink at it to this day. I had to bribe my math teachers with brownies on test days. He'd sit with me for hours and I totally didn't understand anything. Mom would always step in and try to figure it out and calm me down, and I'd get frustrated and he'd get frustrated and the two of us would be angry. And then probably the biggest memory was hanging. I don't like sports. I'm not a big sports person. Thank you, Sanford, for also not sitting on football Sunday and basketball Tuesday or whatever. We would rather be out doing stuff than sitting home and watching. But I remember as a kid, we had this really cool fuzzy chair. It was a 2-seater that kind of, you guys remember it?
Yeah.
Love that chair. Well, that was my chair on Sunday football. And Dad would sit behind me. Marty would sit in the chair in front, right, Mart? And the football game would go on and on and on. And I never cared who played, and I never cared who won. I just remember that they would have those really sappy commercials. And our favorites were always the Kleenex commercials. And I wouldn't even have to look, and Dad would pick up the box, and I would lean over, and the two of us would be there like this. Which carried me over until our wedding day. The photographer wanted to take pictures, and I said, I can't be in the same room with him. and I remember we were really good right up until just before the wedding, and the photographer insisted we take the minute we got in the room. We didn't even say any words, just looked, and he bawled and I bawled, so somewhere along the line, Billy picked up the ball. So now when I need a good cry, and Dad, doesn't want to cry with me, well, he always does, but, I just thought, Billy. So I guess on the things of what else didn't he teach me? Oh, he didn't teach me how to cook.
How about riding the bike?
Did you teach me how to ride a bike?
Kind of. How about driving the car?
Marty taught me how to drive a car. Thank you, Marty.
I can't teach my own kids, but I can teach her.
My son doesn't believe that I can drive a stick shift. That's how I learned, Uncle Marty. So thank you, Marty, for that. What else did you try to teach me, Dad?
Can't remember that far back.
Yeah, exactly. So thank God that Billy and Dad both cooked, and because somewhere along the line, I married a wonderful cook. Because to this day, I do. I don't like it. So thank you, Dad, for not teaching me to cook, and thank you, Sanford, for cooking. and
You and Marty lucked out.
well, Marty didn't have to cook.
Well,
Did you have to cook?
he
Marty?
tried.
Harriet, remember.
See? I didn't do it on purpose. I just kind of, lucked out. So what else didn't you teach me?
Don't remember.
Oh, we can talk about all the heart attacks. Sanford, don't listen to this part. So there was really nobody before I met Sanford. But
Even I know that's not true.
So I'll tell you why there's such laughter. If you don't know why there's laughter in this room, and I can tell you it's all the ladies that are laughing. Because when I went off to college, my high school reputation of going from bad date to worst date to holy crap, you're dating that, carried over. And when I was a freshman at Douglas at Rutgers College, and Marion and Jack took me in, and I lived there for every Friday night in the first semester and the second semester and the second year until I guess I finally.
You kicked her out?
No, we didn't kick her out. They were wonderful. My surrogate parents, who of course settled me into school because Mom and Dad couldn't move me into school that year. So you didn't do that for me either. They couldn't take me off to college, so Marion and Jack did. Thank you, Marion and Jack. Does anybody else want to volunteer to help me out?
You're doing well all by yourself.
Yeah, she's digging the hole.
So I just want to say that somehow along the way, you must have taught me something good. You told me I turned out okay.